Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of the Sports Muse podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Brumley. Please check us out on social media at the Sports Muse, and please give us a like and subscribe just to give us a helping hand. My guest today is a quarterback for Burrell High School. His name is Alex Arledge. Alex is one of the best quarterbacks in the WPIAL. I've had the pleasure of coaching against him. Extremely talented young man. Tore us up pretty good, to be completely honest with you. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch a little film, and then we're going to get right to it. Any quarterback can make a throw with a clean pocket, but watch Alex get off his spot, but keep his eyes downfield and throw a strike. Right here, with the back of the end zone looming, he throws a perfect touch ball with good defense, but a better throw. Again, right here, with the back of the end zone in the way, another perfect long pass. Right here, he's going to show his complete package by showing excellent arm strength to put it in between the safety and the corner. Here we have Alex Arledge from Burrell. Alex, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad, man. Tell me about, as a kid growing up.
Right. So I started playing football for the Little League from where I am when I was 6 years old. So I've been playing football for a long time now. It's kind of just ever since I started, I kind of had just a thing like it's just it's just my favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? It takes all the stress off me. That's just my go-to thing, football. So as I started growing up, I kind of started to realize that like I have, some talent and I can use that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So as I was growing up, I just started training more, you know what I mean? Watching more football, college, NFL, that kind of stuff. And it just started kind of escalating from there.
Okay. Now, is anybody in your family a football fan? Is that how you got started?
Yeah, my dad's a really big football fan. He's kind
Okay.
of like I grew up. Me and him always watched football on Sundays, Saturdays.
Sure. Are you guys a Steeler fan?
Yeah, my favorite NFL team, Steelers. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
What's your favorite college team?
College team, Alabama.
Alabama? I see.
So my from Montgomery. So I grew up as an Alabama fan.
Now, have you been at Burrell the whole time, your whole high school career?
No. So I was at Burrell Middle School, then I transferred to Central Central Catholic for 9th and 10th grade. Then I made me and my family made the decision to come back to Burrell for my 11th grade and 12th grade.
Because we played you, I coached for Waynesburg, and we played you guys, would have been your sophomore year. And like we beat you guys. It was a dogfight. It was, it was a wet field. And I think we won
Right.
like 14-13. And
Right.
the following year, we played you this past year, your junior year. And I was like, man, I don't remember this kid being on the team last year. And I
Yeah.
was like, they never threw the ball. And so I was looking
Right.
at our film from the previous year, and I'm like, I don't see him on there, but I didn't think you were. I just didn't. I
Right.
couldn't find
Yeah.
where you were.
Right.
I know you guys run no huddle and whatnot, but tell me about your process of, you once you establish what the play is, you know what it is. Tell me about your process of what you're looking at, what you're reading, and what your thought process is.
Right. So we get the play, shout the play out. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody's on the same page. So our reads are very simple. They're not complicated at all. So our concepts are based off what the defense does. The quarterback and the wide receiver are both on the same page, and we're both reading what the defense does as the play is going. So, like if the defense starts going back, then we're going to hit the shallow routes. If they're pressing, then we're going to go deep. So
Sure, and that
it's
that makes a ton of sense.
right.
Now, how much of a rapport do you have to have with your receivers to make sure? Because if you read something that the receiver
Right.
doesn't read, or vice versa, then that's no good. So how much do you guys work to try to get that down?
Yeah, yeah, that all comes with reps. I mean, that we like practice, that's all we're doing is just practicing with the quarterbacks and the receivers being on the same page. That's all we do at practice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
So who's really helped your development as far as a quarterback?
I've had some quarterback trainers. So like when I was at Central, my freshman coach was actually a quarterback in college.
Okay.
So like during the off season, I do like training with him. So and he's helped me since I was a freshman till now.
That's
He
awesome.
still helps me. So a lot of props go to him. And I also go to the Steelers complex, 210ths. I don't
Oh,
know if you heard of them or not, but
yeah.
yeah. So I go to them, and they also have a quarterback trainer down there that I work with.
Oh, that's
So those two guys are probably the most influence and most help I've got since freshman year.
that's awesome. You know what I mean? Just to have that kind of support
Right.
as far as
Yeah,
coaching.
for
Like,
sure.
what are some of the hardest like parts of being a quarterback? You know, what are some of the most difficult things of transitioning?
Well, definitely. I feel like the hardest part about being the quarterback is how you have to know every single position and where everybody has to be.
Sure.
So if someone has a question, you're the one that they're going to go to, and you have to know every single play, every single position, what everybody needs to do, where everybody needs to be. So that's probably the hardest part.
And because you got to think if your protection sliding left on a certain play and you roll right,
Right.
you got nobody over there. So you have to know
Right.
what the line's doing, the receivers are doing, where the back's going.
Mhm.
Like, absolutely, that makes a ton of
Yep.
sense. How much freedom do you get at the line of scrimmage?
Me and my coach have a really, really good relationship. So if he's told me, like, if I see something, he's gonna trust me. You know what I mean? If I see something that I like and I know it's gonna work, I'll switch it up and I'll call it. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely.
So it's all about trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you and your coach, if you're not on the same page, then
Exactly.
yeah. Do you have a favorite route that you like to throw?
Um, my favorite route is our choice route because it's literally open every single time, just because it's based off of the corner. So like if the corner's up, then like we'll go deep, obviously, and if the corner starts to go up, we're gonna run a stop route. But we never know until the ball snapped. Like, so that's probably my favorite route,
Yeah, absolutely, because it's
just because of the
dictated on
amount of time it was.
exactly going against their
Right.
weaknesses.
Right.
Now, what was the hardest throw that you've had to work on?
The hardest throw was probably the deep over the middle. Because you have to get it over the linebackers and like in between the linebackers and safety. So it's like a touch, you know what I mean?
Yep,
You
yep. So
have
it's like a you're
you
saying like
have
a
to have a
dig
little
route.
velocity, yeah.
Okay.
So,
That makes a ton of sense.
yep.
Now, what have you been doing this off season to try to just stay in shape and whatnot?
Well, like I said, I've a gym in my garage, fortunately, with all this with the situation that's going on. So right now all I'm trying to do is just get stronger, and then I have a good, like, decent sized yard that I do like speed training and stuff. So the main things I'm trying to work on for this off season is strength and speed.
Okay. To go into like what's your biggest weakness, would you say it's like what would you say it is?
My biggest weakness that I feel like when I'm in the pocket and nothing's open, I feel like my biggest weakness is like accelerating and just shooting and running up the field, because all of my life I've always been a look down the field type of guy, and I've never really um I definitely don't run as much as I throw, obviously, but so that's definitely one of the things I'm trying to work on a lot this offseason is
Sure.
accelerating from, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good problem to have. Just the idea of
Right.
you're a quarterback, you want to feed your receivers.
Exactly. Yep.
But of course, sometimes I can get you in trouble, get a sack.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
what's your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is definitely my arm strength. Um, I've honestly, I probably, like, I can make every throw on the field wherever we're at, opposite hash. Um, so that's probably my biggest strength that I have.
Your film shows that you have excellent arm strength, and I mean, I feel like you have all the tools. You know what I mean? And it's just
Right.
about refining them and sharpening them.
Right. Exactly.
Is there a quarterback that you grew up watching or you currently watch to try to mimic?
I like like this season I've been watching Joe Burrow just because he's been, I mean, he went crazy this year. Um and I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I've been watching him since he was at Alabama, and like I look up to him a lot. I like his character and everything too. So he's
And
definitely one of my favorites.
both those guys are proven winners.
Right.
And absolutely, those are good guys to young guys to watch after.
Right.
Do you have any drills that you would recommend to young quarterbacks that's really helped you progress?
Yeah, I like this drill that I do. It's basically so I line cones up and I just work on flipping my hips to getting my hips turned and like getting the ball released quick. So that's probably my most or my best drill, just because it helps so much when you're in the pocket in the game and one side's not open, you have to work on flipping your hips real quick and getting the ball away. So
And I would tell any young quarterback that one of the hardest parts is once you start moving up levels is your footwork. Because
right, exactly.
I'm sure as a kid, your arm talent was better than what the defense could do. But as defenses
Right.
get smarter, faster, stronger, then if your footwork's lazy, that's how, you
Yep.
don't put enough steam on it on the hitch route, corner jumps it, pick six.
Yep.
Do you have any schools that are showing interest in you?
Right now we have Ivy League school. I've been talking to a bunch of Ivy League schools, Patriot League schools, some FCS schools. So mostly north. So that's pretty much it for now, but I'm just doing everything I can in my power right now. So
Yeah, you still have a lot of football left to be
yeah,
played.
exactly.
Absolutely. Is there a dream school? Like if you could go anywhere?
It would be Alabama probably.
Alabama?
just because I grew up an Alabama fan since I can't even remember.
Sure.
So,
Now, here's a game for you. Okay. You're going to build a perfect quarterback. So we're going to go
okay.
with build, head, arm, and legs. Okay. And you're taking quarterbacks from currently to the past, any quarterback you want. So what frame do you take?
The frame of Cam Newton's definitely good because he has a really big frame. The arm strength of Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
And the speed of Lamar Jackson.
Okay. What about the head? Like the reading?
The reading of Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
Yep.
That'd be a pretty good quarterback, I think.
I think so too. That would be a crazy quarterback.
Okay, so we're gonna do some rapid fire questions for you, all right? Okay. First one, you could be elite in only one category. Would you take arm strength, accuracy, or speed?
Accuracy.
Okay. Favorite cereal?
Cocoa Puffs.
Okay. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Good choice.
Yep.
TV shows or movies?
TV shows.
Would you rather be hot or cold?
Hot. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a large pond?
Small fish in a large pond.
Okay. Would you rather get $2,000 a week for the rest of your life or $1 million right now?
$2,000 a week.
Good choice. Good choice. I like it. All right, Alex, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. I enjoyed it.
It's no problem at all. And guys, keep an eye on this kid. Immensely talented, always working. This offseason, if you check him out on his Twitter and Instagram, he's constantly showing progress of the work he's putting in. All right, guys, till next time.